Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. We'll start now. So last session we were discussing about application and types of applications. So application is the one which contains all the business functionalities. And after that, I was telling about types of applications. There are two types of applications. You can call types of applications are structures. Two structures are two types. Anything is okay. So there is framework structure and implementation structure. Framework application is meant for generic functionalities that you are going to use throughout the business, and implementation application is the one which contains the specific functionalities of specific line of business. Okay, this is what about implementation application. And moreover, we have looked at understanding about PRPC environment just by login ID. The login ID which we use in order to log into PRPC is called as, what is it called as? Operator ID. And operator ID is the login ID which we use in order to log into PRPC. And what about the other one? Like operator. What is operator? Operator is the person who log into PRPC to access its applications. Yesterday we have shared your document, right? Did we share any document on WhatsApp? Did you receive the document on WhatsApp? Anyone did not receive it? You should have received it, every one of you. Now look at here, the last one. See, PRPC application, PRPC, okay, this is the diagrams that I was referring to. Okay, see, we have an insurance application. Okay, in the insurance application, we have framework plus two implementations. Framework is called core insurance platform, and two implementations are, one is vehicle insurance and another one is health insurance. Two insurance line of business are there. Each one is considered to be one implementation. Now the functionalities that we create in the framework application will be accessible into all implementations. See, I have a customer form, means I wanted to collect the details of a customer. For that, I have created a customer form. And address details I want to collect, I have created a form called address form. Similarly, I want to send email notification when anything is being purchased. A generic email template I have written as a business logic, and payment gateway screen also I have created and I placed it. All of these I have to place in implementation framework. What is the reason? All of these are related to every line of business. Every line of business you need customer form, address form, generic email template, and payment screen also same. And moreover, if I wanted to capture the details, let's say for example, I think I should have one more document, anyhow, no problem. I'll ask you one question here. For example, if I wanted to capture the details of only vehicle related details, then where should I create that? In the framework or implementation? I should create that particular component in implementation alone. If I wanted to create a screen that defines the health coverages means under which coverages you are going to be covered for the insurance, on what coverages you can be claimed. Okay, so for that, where should I create that particular form? In the health insurance implementation. Like this, based on the business requirement, you should decide whether to create in framework or implementation. It may not, it is not only UI, it may be business logic or database, anything is same. And moreover, here there is a different terminology that we are going to use while we are working with PEGA. See, PRPC has its ready-made functionalities. What does it mean? We already discussed about it. What is our, we did not create any application, right? Administrator@pega.com. So PRPC, PEGA rules process commander, is an environment using which we can create business applications by using its ready-made functionalities. What is the meaning of ready-made functionalities? What does it mean? What is the meaning of ready-made functionalities? It is already provided with the system, means built-in, which is available already in PEGA rules process commander environment. Okay, now here you go. See, hold on. Okay, I'll go to this document. See, in order to say any components, any rules that are present inside PRPC along with PRPC that we have got built-in are predefined. This, instead of using this terminology, there is a specific terminology called OOTB. What is the terminology? OOTB stands for out of the box. Means out of the box. When I say OOTB functionality, which means that the functionality that is already present inside PRPC. Send email notification I have shown you right yesterday, last class. Send email notification functionality is already provided along with PRPC system. That is OOTB functionality. Okay, that is the terminology you need to use. See, PEGA rules process command and environment comes up with so many OOTB functionalities like this. See, we already discussed about the definition of application. What is the definition of application? What is the definition of what is an application? Application is, yeah, you have to respond to say, for every question that I am going to ask you, I will ask you the questions only related to the subject which we have already discussed, or the questions may be related to some basic general knowledge that you might be aware of. If you do not want to respond, you don't have to join this training program. Okay, seriously, you don't need to join here. Okay, if you have a commitment to get a proper result and output out of this training, then only you spend your money. Otherwise, you sit in your home and you will save your money, time, and everything. Okay, I simply don't ask you a question which you are not aware of. Okay, you need to respond to answer so that the terminology will be, you will be able to speak out the terminology. Otherwise, even after the course is completed, you will not be able to clear any interview because you will not be able to speak out. Okay, what is application? Application is, మీరు విన్నారు ఇప్పుడు వరకు 4-5 సార్లు చెప్పాను నేను. 4 to 5 times I have repeated this, right? Yesterday I have shared document. You did not go through the document yesterday's one. By the time you attend today's session, everything that we had discussed in the yesterday's session should be there in your mind. Till you get the point, till you get it digested, you have to sit and practice, and it is not that blindly you by heart and remember. You have to understand it clearly. When you understand it clearly and when you have a proper subject knowledge, then definitely you will be able to master it. Okay, what is the reason you are choosing the training program? What is your main intention of coming to PEGA training? This is the 20th question which I had left, because I told you that you have to answer, right? It is not my question. In the document of questions, there is 20th question that you have to answer, right? What is the reason you are joining this training program? Everyone who has connected online, respond on the chatting window. What is your expectation from this training program? No trainer is going to take this daring step to ask you. No trainer is going to take a daring step of creating a WhatsApp group and making all of you communicate between you and all. Okay, the reason why we are all doing this, because we don't get any escalations from you, because there is nothing, we are not going to do anything wrong from our end. Usually what happens, if you make the people like a group, if trainer is not teaching properly, and if they are trying to miss something intentionally, if the trainer is not responding to you, and what happens, usually this group of people will form a discussion and everyone will raise a voice, right? So when it is a group voice that is being raised, the respective academy should be answerable, right? That's the reason they don't create the groups in at other training academies. Okay, one of the main reasons, because they don't want it to make it a mess. Dealing with an individual is very easy. Okay, but we don't have any such fear. Okay, you cannot point out anything here because our process is streamlined, very much streamlined. Okay, and now what is the expectation? one by one, make it fast. Offline resources respond to say technical technology anytime we can learn. That's not a big deal. Maybe 1 or 2 days it gets delayed, no problem. We have to be clear before we proceed forward. What is the outcome that you are expecting out of the training? What is the change that you wanted to see in yourself? To get a good job with best salary, okay. To learn PEGA, to become an expert with your guidance, okay. I am not able to chat. How come you have chatted without saying I am not able to chat? This is the most funniest thing. You are chatting and you say you are not able to chat. Okay, and I wanted to get placed in a good company with good subject knowledge, okay. And to get good knowledge in PEGA, to get deeper knowledge of PEGA effectively, to get job on PEGA, PEGA expertise, to learn the subject of PEGA so that I can work on project, to get better job in which I can do with my passion, to learn details about PEGA, to get better job, to understand this course and wanted to have a great career in PEGA by getting a job and all. Learn the subject and crack interviews and get into job, to get a software job, application program which to do with specific tasks, to get a good job with good salary. My expectation is to join the training program that learn the advanced concept of 8.7 and build my technical skills. Also to increase my hands-on I want to improve my technical skills. My goal is to be perfect what I will learn from here to drive the PEGA project delivery. And if you want to deliver a project also, the olden days were different and now the trend has been changed. Previously our managers used to only support on Excel, okay, approve timesheets, Excel maintenance, but now the situation has been changed. Even managers have to be technically good, because managers should not nod their head simply everything developers say okay. No, technically if they are good, estimation of efforts and all, they can clearly understand. If in the calls, if someone is going to speak technically, they will be able to understand. But previous days it was different. Now managers are also learning technologies, okay. Even if you become a manager, you should be technically good. That is the expectation, okay. Otherwise fire out, okay. And very important for me to switch to IT field ultimately for immigration, okay. Learn PEGA with more confidence and to learn development. And what about offline resources? More or less everyone is saying wanted to gain expertise knowledge, and ultimately they want to gain knowledge and go into a good career position and get into a job. I think now you got my ping. My expectation is to understand PEGA technical and more effective in my present work area and change from testing to development. He's already working as a testing engineer. He wanted to move on to development. That is what he is expecting. Given you regularly practice, you will definitely see. How do you master a course? You see, it is not about PEGA. It may be PEGA or Java or .NET, or it may be anything else, data science, data analytics, whatever it is, C language or anything. See, let me tell you this clearly. See, if you imagine you are in college, you are learning C programming language. Okay, throughout your academic year, you know every concept that is there in C programming language. You know all 100 programs that you have learned throughout the academic years. Programming related to for loop, switch statement, if conditions, programming related to when, do, while, and programming related to data structures and bubble sort, e sort, r sort, every sort. Okay, everything you know, and you are attending the exam, and exam 100 marks, you got 95 marks, you got 100 marks, you got 100 out of 100 marks, doesn't mean you are knowledgeable. Okay, remember this. See, even you get 100 out of 100 marks, we cannot say you are technically good. You are technically good when you design your own programs. Okay, with the subject that you have learned, you come out of with your creativity and you design your own programs that are going to provide the solutions for the real world problems, tasks that you have to do in them. Anytime if you have written a program, okay, when you are in electronics and whatever ECE, right? If you have learned a programming, microprocessor programming, if you had fixed an issue, okay, given you have the facility to do, okay, in your home, something like you every day you have to go to your this water pump motor set, and if you have designed your own program to turn that motor on and off by sending these signals through an SMS. Then you will be called as techie. Okay, then you are skillful. The C program that you have learned, if you have ever used the C program in order to implement something in your real life, to achieve something in your real life, embedding with some devices and all, of your own knowledge, your own thoughts. Okay, you have provided the solution to the world and they are trying to make use of it. That is what you are calling real-time applications and all. The applications that will be used in the real life, day-to-day life, and that is going to provide a solution for our real life business needs or maybe regular needs, human life needs, anything. So if you have learned like this, so even after you get 100 out of 100 marks, we cannot say you are technically good. Okay, you will be technically good, you will be considered as a techie when you come up with your own solutions similar to bubble sort or any other sort. Did you come up with your own technique where you have designed your own sorting technique to sort it more effectively and easily? Then you will be considered as a master. The main problem with us is I am not pretty much sure whether I am going to technically move forward today or not, but let me tell you this. Okay, one session if you are going to miss technology, not a big deal, nothing will be lost. But I wanted to make sure that you all have to be on a track. Okay, that you should never get deviated till you achieve the goal, whatever that you have written here. It's not that simply you can achieve it. Okay, so let me tell you. See, anytime if you wanted to master anything, the problem, I'll tell you the problem first. You might have all gone through your graduation. That may be degree or MC or BTech or anything. See, or maybe during your academics also, there will be one lesson. Okay, so in a unit test, 5 to 6 lessons will be there. Lesson 1 will be there. After the lesson 1, there will be some question and answers at the end of the lesson 1. Okay, in the exam, probably you will get the same question and answers. Okay, see what we do, we need marks. That's it. We need 100 marks. 100 out of 100 we want it. Okay, we will try for that one only. That is our target, is marks. So what are we going to do now? We are going to read a question and read the answer for the question. Like this, even if there are 150 questions are there throughout your lesson, all 150 we will by heart. Out of 150, any question you give, I will answer it. I'll get 10 out of 10 marks for the question. I'm capable of that. I'm not saying me when I say I, because I don't want to say it on you. That's why I'm saying always I. Okay, I'm capable of that, and I am doing the same. I am number 1 in my class. Okay, everywhere I am number 1 in the academics, but I am number 1 in academics only. Remember, I am not good at subject. Even though I am getting 10 out of 10 marks, I may not be good at subjects because I know to write only answer for the questions that I have read. You give me any other question out apart from this 150, if I am going to get 150 first question that I did not read in the textbooks, it is not there, and especially BTech graduation all in one, it is not there. Okay, one day batting, that all in one also it is not there. What am I going to do now? So far I am class first. I used to get 100 out of 100. Now how many marks I'll get? Definitely these 10 marks are gone. I'll come out and say this is out of syllabus. For your information, this is out of all in one. This is out of the questions that have been listed, but it is there in the same lesson. The problem is when you read a question and answer, you will forget the actual purpose of the content. You don't bother about, you ignore the content. Purpose of the content is gone. The purpose of the lesson is to give you some knowledge which you can apply in your real life. Okay, but reading question and answer, you never see the subject as a subject. You see subject as only question and answer to get the marks. Instead of reading this question and answers, if you go from the lesson from beginning to ending, like how you read a story. Suppose if I have given a story to read, okay, like a small story which you used to tell your kids and all. Okay, if you read it from beginning to ending, read it 10 times. Each time you are reading, you will find something new. First time you watch a movie, second time again you watch the same movie, you realize that you are getting some new point, you missed it during the first time. Same way, instead of reading a question and answer, why don't you read the lesson from beginning to ending 10 times? and you read it without the intention of remembering it, but you read it with the intention of understanding the subject, automatically your brain remembers that. If you digest the subject, there is no need to separately, you need not to use the brain. But when you read a question and answer, you read always with the intention of remembering. That's why you don't remember it when I come back and ask you, what is Newton's first law of motion? What is it? We don't know. What is the reason? We don't know. But same question I had written in the exams, I got 5 out of 5 marks. But now I am not able to say it. What is the reason? It is not there in my mind. Why it is not there? I did not digest it. Okay, so that is not there in my mind because I don't know the subject. I know only reading and remembering and presenting in the exam. Exam is done, it will be gone from my mind after some time. If you remember it, you can remember. If you are going to digest the subject, understand the subject, subject knowledge is there, you can extend the subject by yourself with your own skill. That is where the techniques are going to born. That is called as skill, and that is called as creativity. So never look at any subject as a question and answer. Never look at your interview as a question and answer session. Never look at your technology that you are learning is just a syntaxes of an example program. So consider as a whole. You are a human, your body, you are not only hand, you are not only brain, you are not only leg. You are a body, you are a human being. You have to look at as a whole and treat as a whole. Then only the results will be better. Okay, you need to understand the subject. So when you understand the subject, in order to understand the subject, you have to visualize the subject. Without it is there in your visual experience, you cannot even understand. That is impossible. Okay, so when I was going to Sri Salem on a Ghat road, so at one place I have stopped my car and I have taken bananas. I have just thrown bananas to a monkey. There are 2 monkeys that were sitting on a tree, and one of the monkey has catched that into its hands. So whatever the story that I have told, every one of you imagine that car, that banana, monkeys too sitting on the tree, everything you imagined or not? Without coming it into in your imagination, will you be able to understand? Is it possible? Is it possible to understand that anything that I tell you, anything that you read, or anything that you face, without your imagination in your brain, is it possible to understand that? Yes or no? That is what we have to focus on. If I am going to teach you some subject, if I tell you application instead of functionalities in your brain, Amazon application, Flipkart, any application should come in your brain. You should imagine it has functionalities like search functionality, display functionality, cart functionality, checkout functionality, payment gateway functionality. If you are able to visualize like this, then you will be able to master the subject. Otherwise, you cannot understand anything. That is the main problem. Many people say, I am reading, I am not remembering. You are reading, but you are not understanding. If you understand it will be there in your mind forever. Okay, forever, throughout your lifetime, it will be there. When you visualize each and everything that you are reading and each and everything that you are hearing. Okay, but simply blindly by hearting and remembering, of no use. Okay, today you remember. What about tomorrow after some time? You cannot remember it. Okay, it should be there in your visual, in your brain. It should be, the visual should be there. Then only you can remember it. Okay, if I ask you, do you know this person or someone? See, when you come across, when you are going to face some people, sometimes maybe you have met them in the past 10 years back or 5 years back. Some people you will forget easily, but some people you don't forget. What is the reason? You might have some incident happen. You recognize this person based on the incident only. Otherwise, you cannot recognize. Just you face someone in your lifetime, some point in time, you cannot recognize him. If you want to recognize anyone in your life, you have to visualize an incident that has happened with them. Then only you can remember. Otherwise, you cannot your brain cannot remember it. Okay, so anything that you are trying to learn, you focus on the subject, visualize the subject. Take your time. It may take 1 hour or 2 hours, 3 hours or 5 hours or 10 hours, no problem. You take your time, and once, this is also a practice. Okay, for the first time it may take 5 hours for you to understand the subject. Second time, Is it the same? Suppose if you are going to have a hands-on practice on how to create a new application, first time you are doing, you have taken almost 2 hours. Second time, if you are doing the same, how long you would take? What would be the duration? Is it going to be 2 hours exactly again? If you're doing it again 2 hours, first time you did not use your brain. Second time you might be doing it in 1 hour. You keep on repeatedly doing the same. What will happen one day? You will do it. It comes to its minimum time of capability for any human brain, right? So that may be 10 minutes or 5 minutes. That's it, done. Because you understand everything, it is clearly there. Anytime during your sleeping also, if I wake up and ask you to do that, you will be able to do it when you clearly having the subject knowledge. Without gaining the subject knowledge, you cannot work on anything. You cannot do anything. That is impossible. And you need to understand it. First thing is, each and every word, each and every sentence should be clear to you. You read a paragraph of sentences which makes one subject point, then within the paragraph, one line you are not able to understand, at least one word you are not able to understand, entire paragraph purpose is gone. Okay, so this is also a practice. See, many of us, we never have this practice. Okay, that is the problem. For the first time when you start practicing like this, you will struggle a lot. There will be a lot of struggle. So many people, when they are trying to do new things, suppose you have a bike. When you have a bike in your hand, a new bike, you will find it difficult to manage. A new bike, when you are on a new bike, maybe you are already good at driving. Still, when you got a new bike, little bit struggle will be there. But after 20 days, 30 days, you use that bike, what happens now? What happens now? You mastered it automatically. You don't struggle like at the initial stages. Okay, automatically your finger is going to go on to that hand, automatically it will go there. Okay, everything will automatically happen because you got the subject knowledge. Initially it will be difficult. After 5 days, if you find it difficult and you leave it, you can never gain the experience of driving the new bike in your lifetime. Okay, so maybe initial stages it might be difficult. So what? Struggle will not be there forever. When you repeatedly doing the same, you'll become, this is going to become a practice. You practice for more number of days, one day you will become perfect. Once you gain the subject knowledge and once it comes to your grip, then you can play with the things easily. Okay, so the main problem is we do not have the practice of doing anything. The problem is when you are in your home, when you are studying for your exams, when your father comes to you and tell you that please go to that supermarket and buy something, I don't have work, I have to go to office. Immediately your mother comes behind you and says that he has exams, let him study, maybe vice versa. Okay, that is the first place where you are being ruined by your parents itself. Without your physical exercise, your mind do not work properly. If your mind has to function full-fledged, your body has to take that stress. You should have physical tasks to be done every day, then only your brain functions properly. Otherwise your brain won't function. We used to study sitting in a class in a room without doing any homeworks in the sense maybe planting something, going to supermarket, or fixing some electricity issues, or fixing some other plumbing issues. We never do it. That is the problem. Your brain do not function the way you want. Your brain functions the way you want only when you have physical tasks being done. Okay, and you will be more energetic when your body is going to get the stress. After the stress you relax, then you will be more energetic than how you were before. Every day you go to gym, after 1 year what happens? Your body shapes will change and you will feel more energetic and you will be more energetic than before. Same thing. See, you don't only spend time only utilizing your brain. Okay, not only mental work, also do physical work. That helps you a lot. Okay, physical work ledanukondi, you don't have any physical work, walk for 2 to 3 miles and come back. That is also okay, no problem. But you will see yourself, you are going to find out yourself some new person within you. Definitely that will happen. See, for everything we need some patience. Okay, 90% of the people are going to drop off at the very beginning stages of starting any new business. They face some struggles, they face some issues, they are going to drop off from doing it. The reason why? Because they want everything to be done on spot. Okay, it is impossible. For everything there is certain duration, there are certain challenges to face, there are certain hurdles to cross over, and then only finally you can reach your destination. Okay, so at the time of initially learning PEGA or learning Java or .NET, you may find it difficult, but it will not be difficult forever. Okay, that is just a hurdle you can cross over. Okay, you have to find out yourself. For some people, if you are going to read only one time, you will remember. Very less number of people, maybe one person in crores. Okay, for some people it may take 2 times to remember and understand. For some people it may take 5 times to remember and understand. But who knows this? If you are reading, it will take 5 times. If you are reading, it will take 3 times. If someone else is reading, it will take 10 times. Who knows that? Am I able to know that about all of you? Only you are the one. You know your brain capabilities, and you know how many times if you read something or if you are going to go through some subject, you will be able to understand. Only it will be known to you. That you have to design as your own methodology. You don't need to compete with others. That is the biggest mistake. If you look at your co-student, if you look at your colleague and you want to try to compete with him, you lose yourself. You are going to completely lose yourself, and you are trying to be him. You can never be like him. As a result, you will get depressed. This is the main problem. You never wanted to compete with your co-student. Okay, you never wanted to compete with your colleague at all. You are you. You are unique to yourself in this world. You have your own abilities. You have your own capabilities. Try to understand your mind power. Try to understand your abilities. Try to calculate your ability. Create a methodology for yourself and follow your own methodology. Then you will be successful. You will be successful in this world as a unique successful person. You can never be successful more than someone or less than someone or equal to someone. You are uniquely successful. That's it. Sachin Tendulkar is Sachin Tendulkar only. Sachin Tendulkar is not greater than anyone, not lesser than anyone. He is not equal to anyone. He is Sachin Tendulkar. That's it. Okay, so you are you. That's it. You don't need to come. So if someone is going to answer, you don't need to feel depressed like, so other people are able to answer, I'm not able to answer. Okay, someone is going to guide you understanding it, why he is able to understand, I am not able to understand like him. You can never be able to understand like other person in your lifetime. You will be able to understand something as you. You are you, that's it, nothing else. So you try to always dig around yourself and find out your abilities, the capability. And what happens, you know, you design one methodology. How many times if you are reading, you will be able to understand. Okay, how many times if you are going to practice, you will be able to far better understand and remember. Okay, how many times if you practice to deliver orally, your tongue will twist and you get the technical words and all. It might be 1 time for someone, 10 times for someone else. That will be known to you. Design that. But you know what happens, maybe 10 times if you are reading, then only you'll be able to understand it clearly 100%. Going forward, reading 7 times only you'll understand some other subject. Next subject point, you'll understand only 7 times. After that subject point, you'll understand by reading only 5 times. This will speed up. Automatically your ability will get improved. You will not be there at the same abilities and capabilities for lifetime. You keep on using this and then your ability gets improved. You'll see improvement in you. Okay, so you'll become automatically your mind becomes faster in thought processing. If you're trying to get so many ideas, if you start thinking about one subject point and if you're not getting ideas, if it takes 2 days or 3 days to get a kind of idea, next time another subject point also, if you try to get a new idea, it will not take 3 days. Your brain power will get improved automatically. So the main problem with us, why we are not able to remember, why we are not able to respond during the interviews, is we never have a practice of speaking it loud that we used to have during our childhood. So when I was a kid, 2nd standard, 3rd standard, I used to read like, okay, so when you are reading loud, your ears are going to listen back to the same. I already told you, you listen to something multiple times, you don't need to have a practice of remembering it separately. Same way, you listen to a song 10 times, you don't need to practice to remember it. 11th time, automatically, without your knowledge, you sing. Okay. So the same way, you read it loud. If it is not possible here in your own room, sit back and read it loud. Your ears have to listen to what you are reading, your voice. 5 to 6 times you read, your brain try to understand the subject, your ears are going to hear it, and your brain remembers automatically, and try to say it out, say it loud, okay, in front of mirror. You ask question yourself, you respond yourself, and you do this practice and come back to us, give a mock interview. Okay, but at the time of coming for mock interview without practicing, oral practice and all, what happens? Subject will be there in your mind somewhat, but you will not be able to express. But all your interviews are oral interviews. Okay, see, seems like this is so difficult to follow all these steps, but it will be easy when you have a regular practice. You become habituated to it, then it will be easy. Everyday task that you are doing, you do not find it difficult. You do not feel stress in doing it. It will become a habit. You do it just on fly. That's it. So we have lost the practice of utilizing our brain to analyze the subject, to understand the subject. That is the only problem. Otherwise, all of we are equally capable. That is the only thing in this world. Everyone is being given with the same brain power, equal capabilities. If you are using your brain in a proper way, it will shine up. Other person is not using, that why other person you are calling it as a dull student. That's the only problem. You might be using your brain in some other places, movies, cricket, somewhere else. If it is going to get filled with movies, crickets, short videos, nonsense shows and all, reality shows, Jabardast, okay, and senseless Big Boss show, like this, if you are filling your brain, this subject will not have any space to occupy. Okay, as a result, what happens? You will never be able to reach your goal, but instead you are 100% working for others to make them reach their goal. If you are regularly watching Big Boss, okay, the Big Boss management will be making money out of you, good amount of money, but what is the use of it for you? At the end of the day, what will happen? You will not even get married because you don't have a job. That happens. Maybe it sounds a little bit of joke, but that is the fact. Okay, you are not skillful, no one will give value to you. See, every person in this world will be given respect only because of their skill and their position, not by their appearance. Okay, so please understand this. You have, if you want to become skillful, you need to have certain discipline, in your day-to-day life. That is must. That's why I already told you, if you are trying to learn from here, strictly you get rid of the tasks that you are unnecessarily doing every day. I already told you, you don't watch movies for next 6 months, nothing will happen. That's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, so everything will go as usual. Okay, that producers will make money and your life will be good further. You're not watching movies unnecessarily. I'm not saying you don't watch movies. You watch movies, you want to become a director, you want to become a producer, you want to become an actor, 24/7 you watch movies because that is what your career. No problem, no issues. Okay, you want to become a cricketer, 24/7 you watch cricketer, 24/7 you go to ground and play cricket, no problem. You want to become a cricketer, that is what your goal. You want to become a software engineer, why the nonsense cricket score you are opening every time in your phone? Why you are opening that cricket matches in your phone? Why you are watching these senseless Big Boss shows and all? You want to become a software engineer, you want to become a cricketer, play cricket. If you go and play football, are you going to become a cricketer in your lifetime? That will never happen. See, you have to play on the platform what you wanted to become. You are your ideas, your ideology, your thought processing, what you eat, what you dream, what you live, all that is you. But you can never become like others. Please understand that. Okay, you are you, that's it. You don't need to compare with anyone else in this world. You are the unique, powerful weapon in this world. This weapon can do anything. Okay, it has the power to create so many weapons, like not like you exactly, maybe shadowing you. That's it. Okay, so this is what, see, Only reason why 90% of the people fail even after they learning some courses, the reason is they don't have a proper practice, because they don't know the practice methodology as well. For this, you need a lot of discipline. Not only PEGA you are learning from here or somewhere else or anywhere else, you need a proper discipline. Okay, I don't have to tell you all this. I know there are many people in this training sessions who are elder to me, who have already seen so many things in their life, and who are youngest and peer age to me, and many people are there might already be knowing about all these things. Just I'm making some people here to realize what you are. Okay, so you are having all and all capabilities. Your potentiality is infinity that you don't know. Okay, you are highly potential. You're capable of doing so many things. You underestimate yourself only by comparison with others. That's the problem. Otherwise, you are thinking about only you can never underestimate. You can never overestimate yourself. If you have to overestimate, if you have to underestimate, there should be some other object for the comparison. If I draw a circle and I ask you, is it a big circle or small circle? Will you be able to answer that? I have to draw two circles and ask you, one of those, is it a big one or smaller one? Comparison is there, then only you will be either great or you are less. Okay, so you are superior or inferior. Anything is going to come into picture only when there is a comparison. In the comparison point of view, you are losing yourself. That's the biggest problem with us. Parents also, they compare our children with other children. They don't know that their children are unique in this world. You are unique. You have your own abilities. You don't need to compare with your co-student. Co-student is getting 100 marks, 95 marks, but my daughter is getting only 45. No problem. She is only 45, no issues. Okay, she may be proving herself in something else. She might have other qualities. She might be liking other things. Okay, first I need to understand my daughter. Without understanding her, if I am going to scold her every day, no use. One day she will get into depression. Okay, I have to sit back crying. So this is what the main problem is. So you never compare with others. You never bother about others unless you wanted to help someone else. At the time of helping, usually people, they don't bother about it. At the time of throwing stones, they bother about most. If I ask you about your friend, you will say, so maybe half an hour you will describe about your friend. But if I ask you say about yourself, you don't even take 5 minutes. The problem is we have never looked into ourselves. We don't know what we are. That is the problem. Okay, we feel like we know what we are, but we don't know what we are. Okay, so you always have to design your own methodology. I'll tell you one methodology. That's okay. But your own methodology should be there at the same time. Try to every time see yourself, what is your ability? Try to estimate your abilities today. Your ability will get improved when you start a practice of 100% utilizing your present ability. Okay, so for that, so there are certain things that one should follow while you are going through learning anything in your life. That maybe you're going to gym, you're going to a karate class, you're going to PEGA class, you're going to any other technology class, you're going to music class, anything. You should have to go to your home, office, family, your work. Apart from these four, anything else if you're going to focus on, you can never reach your immediate goal for sure. Okay, completely today you leave your Facebook. I'm not saying you have to unsubscribe from it. Okay, do not access Facebook unless you have something important which is really needed for either your personal life, useful in your personal life, or your career. You wanted to go to Facebook to search for a product on discount which you have to buy for your home. Okay, you access, no problem. You're going to Facebook only just to watch some videos that someone is posting. Some people, they will go to every place, whatever they visit, they are going to make a video, they are going to take a photo, and they are going to post it. Some people who do not have any work, useless people, they will comment on it and again reply comment. I don't know what is happening. Why you need all that? Why you need to take a photo wherever you go? Someone has to come to your home and rob it. I'm just in airport. Someone can go to my home and rob it. No one is there. Family traveling to some place. You are giving a hint, there is no one at my home. See, you don't need to take selfies everywhere, wherever you go. You take one photo, okay, and keep it with you. You don't even post. You don't need to show everyone. Okay. Immediately post. See, if you're doing a business, about your business you want to promote, that's a different thing. That's okay. That is for your career. Why other people have to always give you compliments and you have to get boosted by yourself? By that. That is not required. And also, you get rid of the social media. That is very, very important. Okay. You get out of your Facebook, not to access it for unnecessary things. 100 out of 100% get out of this short videos platforms. YouTube shorts. What is the other one? Instagram reels, TikTok. If you're accessing it, maybe if you're accessing for some career guidance related, or maybe for your family something is needed and you search and access. But random videos and all, why you need to access all that videos? Okay, everyone will go to shopping and everyone will be buying. Why do I need to take a video and post it in that short video? Why do you have to watch and you have to give comments for that? Means you don't have her, they don't have her. Both of these people are useless. There's no doubt saying this. Okay, you have any talent that you wanted to showcase to this world, that is a different case. Vegetable buying, all that videos are also there or not there? There. 1 million views you will get for this type of videos. And if we are going to post any technology video, any scientific videos, you will not get more than 10K views. People are more interested about entertainment. That is where, see, with my vision, I am saying today, I don't know about the rest of the world, but India is in a deep, what you call, deepest problem. That is, the youngsters of India, many people are, because of the social media activities and all, they are being like an ordinary people. They are ordinary people. 25, they are not any out of any innovation in India. That never happen. No innovations are going to happen. Okay, 100 outsources if they are on this platform, one or two innovative people, right? Because of these platforms and these videos, this not 100 out of 100 are getting ruined. Okay, you get rid of the short videos, you get rid of YouTube recommendation videos. You don't go to movies at all. I'm saying you want to relax once in a while in a week. If you're a husband, you have to take your wife to a movie. There is no other go. You take your wife to a movie, no problem. Okay, otherwise you don't have to. I'm just joking, sorry. And here you go now. See, for relaxation, you watch a movie once in a while. Every movie that is releasing, you need not to book a premiere show, right? And you need not to wait at the theater. And you need not watch the reviews. That is nothing to do, actually. Nothing for you. Watch a movie whether it is good. You will know, for some people but it may be good taking something out of it that is useful for your movie, right? So if I ask you a movie, did you watch Titanic? Did you watch it? Or Titanic 2? KGF, Bahubali? How many of you have watched a movie? The ratio will be, previously it is 100 out of 100, but now for this movie, how many people in 100 would have been watched? And who was in it? That is the story of Ramanujan, life story of Srinivas Ramanujan. You don't know that that's an inspirational story. If you're going to watch, your life will change automatically. Okay, even if you are watching movies, that should be useful for your, either for your family. Sometimes there can be entertainment. I'm not saying you have to be get away from the entertainment all the time. I don't want you to be like a machine. Okay, you need entertainment, but limited. But entertainment has become life. 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, they are time passing only going through short videos. Many people. That is happening with many of us. See, that is happening because of reason, because habituated to it. See, first 1 week you are just and come back. 6th day onwards, your mind is going to watch short video, short video, short video. If you, the same way, if you are habituated to read, understand, analyze research, the research will become habit. You cannot stay back without doing that research, without learning the subject. Everything you do is a habit. If you are habit daily, feels to watch short videos, being habituated to watch, being habituated to watch this senseless movies and your reality shows and to audio release functions and all. Same way, if you are habituated in a research of you on a subject, you will enjoy this. It will become your passion. Your mind gets relaxation when you do this. Everything is a habit. It is the practice. It's a kind of practice that is going to make you perfect in something. You have a proverb, right? Practice makes man perfect. What is practice makes man perfect? You do a task 4 to 5 times or 6 times. You cannot stay back without doing the same task. Your mind says, go and do it, go and do it, go and do it. You will be doing it. You will have to only to do it. Otherwise, like something, you're driving, your mind cannot stay back without getting the with entertainment once again. This you call it as addiction. Use the word, but anyhow I have to use it. Okay, so addiction even in the research, even in the learning. Okay, addiction we need even in the practice. Addiction will going to bring you down in this society. I have a network problem just a minute back. I was not saying anything during that time. Am I audible now? All of you. Someone please unmute and respond. I have unmuted. Yeah. Please respond. Audible, right? So what I'm saying is, it should become a habit to go through PEGA. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Just a 1 minute, I lost the connection, it seems. Okay, no problem. Sometimes when it happens, it will be established when I change the network. But because of climate here, heavy rains and all, this has happened. But it will not happen regularly. Okay, and that is what I wanted to tell you. Finally, I don't want to prolong this conversation, this speech more. Okay, see, if you have a proper schedule design, then only you can be successful. All of you are saying, I want to gain good knowledge, I wanted to get a good job, I want to switch my job, I want career growth, all this, right? How do you achieve all these things? See, your goal is just a byproduct. The actual productivity you have to show in yourself, you have to be regular to the sessions, you have to regularly practice, you have to practice to understand it, you have to remember it, and you have to read it loud, and you have to just orally speak out the technical terms. All this practice should be there. You are good at all of these things. You don't need to bother about job. Automatically you'll get job. Okay, automatically you'll become expert. Automatically you're going to master the subject. Okay, so all this needs some sort of dedication and determination within you. That must be there. Okay, so what time you wake up, I'm not very much sure. Usually what time you wake up genuinely? 7:30. Everyone that if you're working in night shift, you wake up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, no problem. If no problem, there's nothing wrong. Okay, you're working till 2 o'clock of midnight, maybe on your business purpose, work purposes. You are sleeping at 1 o'clock. That means what are you doing? You might be accessing social media. Okay, right? What happens, you know, maybe many of you, I know that till 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you will not get sleep. Correct? 12 to, even though you are unemployed and you're not working anywhere, you are a student, midnight till 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you will not get sleep. The reason is you are habituated. Your mind is habituated. Even you try to sleep at 9 o'clock, that is impossible. Okay. See, as a result, you wake up at 7:30 in the morning. That is too late. 6 o'clock you wake up also, it is too late. That is not early morning. That is just morning. That's it. So if you try to wake up, the worst of worst case, 5 o'clock or between 4:30 to 5. That is the good time. That means you had wake up early morning. Many people, they call me and say 7 o'clock early morning batch timings will be difficult. 7 o'clock early is not early morning for your information, man. But I cannot motivate him like this, right? Maybe he might be working in night shift or something. I'm not pretty much sure. Okay. See, your brain functions far better than what is it today if you wake up morning 4:30 or 5 o'clock. See, morning 4:30 to 6:30. Let's say 6 o'clock. Okay, 1.5 hours. This 1.5 hours will run like 3 hours in your life. It will be highly difficult to pass the time early morning. Early morning time will not be passed simply like today, daytime. Daytime 1 hour you feel it like 15 minutes only. Morning 15 minutes, early morning 15 minutes, you feel it like 1 hour. Okay, you can do lot of work at the early morning. If you start working on something early morning, you will be able to show better results. Okay, you'll be able to do more work automatically. So I don't know how many of you it is possible, okay, by your work nature or maybe by your work circumstances and all. If you are a manager, you are staying back till 1 o'clock, that this is not applicable to you. If you have any health issues and all, this is not applicable to you. Okay, but any healthy person, if they have the possibility of sleeping by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you can wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock without any problem. Okay, but you cannot wake up on day one itself. That is impossible. Okay, day one you'll set alarm, you'll stop alarm. That is possible. Just I am going to wind up in 5 minutes. Please excuse me. Only 5 minutes. I'll tell you just a simple example. I don't want to say it on you. I want to say it on myself. Okay, I am a laziest person. Okay, how lazy I am. I do not wake up morning time even at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, for waking up at 8 o'clock, I used to set alarm. When alarm rings, I am going to snooze it. As a result, I'll wake up at 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30 also. I am trying for a job. I am staying in a hostel. This is my regular habit. Even though I have some important what I don't do it. I wake up at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I have an interview. Still my interview is at 11 o'clock. On that day also, I wake up at 10:30 only. Okay, just having get up quickly done, and I appeared for interview at 11:30 as usual when it is 11 o'clock. Because that is a habit, right? We never come to class on time. We never connect to class on time. Okay, I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling the facts. Okay, the reason is traffic jam. But why don't you start early? The actual reason is you did not start early. Maybe once in a while that is the reason, but every day is not a reason. Okay, and now my mother, we are staying in a village. My mother is coming down from village to see me one fine day in Hyderabad. Because we are from village, she doesn't know anything. Okay, I mean like about the city and all. I have to go to railway station and have to pick up her. Okay, this is the situation. The train comes to the railway station at 3 a.m. in the morning. She has to get down at 3 a.m. Okay, now I have to set my alarm at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock means 2:30, or maybe let's say half an hour is the travel distance. Okay, time it takes half an hour time to travel, and 2:15 I had set my alarm. Now the same person who is laziest person, am I going to wake up at 2:15 or not? Am I going to wake up at 2:15 or not? I told you the example clearly. First, tell me one thing. Am I going to wake up at 2:15? I'm sorry, 2:15 when alarm rings, or am I going to wake up at 2 o'clock before alarm rings? You imagine yourself in this situation and tell me.
Yeah, we will wake up before the alarm.
And in fact, you know, I don't get sleep, for your information. I'll wake up at 1 o'clock and look at the clock. It is not 2:15 sleep. I'll wake up again 1:30. It is not 2:15 sleep. I'll wake up and see 2 o'clock. It is not. Okay, anyhow, this alarm will not ring. I'll stop it and I'll start before it. Where is the difference? Same person. That is what you call it as responsibility. You have taken responsibility onto your shoulders. You are going to automatically get the discipline. I'm not saying we are irresponsible. We have the responsibility. Everything is there, but there is some sort of laziness. Okay. When you speak like a son, your words are different. The same person, when he becomes a father, his words are different. The difference is responsibility. You don't take responsibility. You don't listen to your father, whatever he says. But when you get married, when you have kids, same thing what your father has done, you are repeating now. Okay, in the imagination it is different, but how you were before?
Please.
I used to tell my daughters, you have to go to school on time and all. Sometime back I did not go like that. Okay, my school, they have to send 2 to 3 people to take me from my home to school. That is how I have done it. But anyhow, that is with childhood days. Okay, leave it. But we are grown up and we are mature at this time. Okay, but I did not do from my 11th standard onwards. Till 9th standard only I was like, I never go to school, but still they will give me attendance because I studied in a municipal school, government municipal school. And here you go. Now let me mute these people here. Okay, so anyhow, leave about me. That's nothing important here. See, the responsibility, that is what matters. You take the responsibility on your shoulders. You have to feel like you have to drive your family by yourself in the next level. If that responsibility is there, you are going to put the same efforts and you are going to struggle the same way how your parents are struggling today. At least if you're not doing for them, you do it for yourself. Your imagination is like, I have to buy a bench car, S-class bench car in next to 3 years. At least that should drive you, right? Okay. And anything, at least if it is not for your family, some people, not everyone here. Okay. If you think like that, at least for yourself, you have to do it, right? So at least think about it and take the responsibility. If you have taken that responsibility, automatically you do it. No one has to guide you from beside. Your father need not to guide you, your mother need not to guide you always. When you are responsible, you yourself, your brain guides you. Do it, do it, do it, because you have to do it. Okay. So this is what, see, we are just getting deviated because of so many platforms that we have. We are unnecessarily accessing. Don't access it unnecessarily. But it is impossible for you to get rid of these platforms on day one itself. You have to fix that in your mind. 5 to 6 times you have to intentionally avoid it. 7th time onwards, your brain gets habituated to avoid it. Automatically you will avoid it. On day one itself, you cannot avoid. It is not possible. Okay. Everything is same in our life. Not only this example. Everything is same. If someone is addicted to alcohol, you cannot make them stop on day one itself. You have to give him slowly. You have to reduce the amount of alcohol given, and one day they will automatically get rid of it. Even sometime later, even they wish to have it, they will not have it. Okay, because they are habituated to not to have. Having not to have is also habituation. Okay, so everything is a habit that you have to get it in your life. Okay, this reading, studying, sitting for 1 hour and studying also should become a habit for you. Unless it becomes a habit and a practice of regular thing, You can never do it. Once or twice if you try, and if you are going to get out of it, you have to knot yourself and tie yourself strictly and sit there, and you have to do it for 7 to 8 days. You do it. 9th day onwards, you don't need to do. You can get rid of all this tying and all, and you can simply do it as a habit. That happens. Okay, so I request all of you to have a great commitment towards what you are doing and what you have taken, and you be dedicated to this particular subject, and you have that strong determination in your mind to get rid of all these platforms, whatever I told you, and you design, you live by your own design, please. You don't live by default like everyone else in this world. You should have your own design to live. Design that, start the design from today itself. Okay, try to know what you are, what is your ability, what is your capability, and you will become number one for you. Okay, don't compare with others at all. You are only you. No one in this world is like you. That you should know. Okay, so that's it from my end. If you leave me like this, you will accept for next 2 hours or 3 hours also. That is what I want to tell you. Finally, education everyone will teach. This type of things only very few people like our parents will be teaching. Okay, and at least some people don't listen to them, but at least listen to me. Okay, yes, you are going to just schedule yourself today. Okay, what time you have to wake up, what tasks you have to do, what you have to get rid of, all these things. Have the schedule being done and come back on Monday with a new life. Okay, every day when you wake up, you have to see some sort of growth in your personal life as well as professional life. Then you will be more happy. When you are more happy, you do things better. When you are unhappy, you cannot do. You will be more happy when you put some efforts. See, everything is interlinked. Okay, so that is what I am requesting all of you. Tomorrow is Saturday, day after tomorrow Sunday. We don't have sessions on Saturday and Sunday. I think that you are already aware of. I'm not pretty much sure. I think this is the first week, right? Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, there won't be any class. Saturday, India, Sunday, India. But I am planning to take sessions on Sundays sometime, maybe earlier than this hours, to tell you about some of the other things related to your projects and all. I am planning to do. If I could cover in the regular sessions, I'll cover. Separately, if I have to take, I'll update you further. Okay. That time, if it is not possible to come down, you can at least make it online. Online people, it will be easy to join one. I'll inform you 1 week before if I am going to conduct any special classes. Accordingly, you can plan your travel or anything, right? So hope everyone clear, right? And one more important thing is I am going to send you a form, a Google form, where I'll be asking about your details, not now, after you join the training program. So by this time, many of you have made your fees payments. Today you finish, or tomorrow you finish, or day after tomorrow you finish. Okay, we will give enough time, no problem. But if you are ready to join, don't wait, enroll it now itself and finish your fees payments today itself at any cost. Okay, don't wait till I have been given last date. Don't wait till last date. That is the problem with our mindset. That is also one bad habit. Okay, till last date we will wait for the registration. Last day we will go and stand in a queue, long queue. Before 2 months we leave it, because still date is there, date is there. Whoever is going to be prompt in their life, they will be definitely leading the society. Okay, be proactive. Okay, not only for the fees, for everything. Okay, so if you have to make the fees payments, classroom students go to 5th floor and pay there, and online students and all pay by the modes that we have given you, and share the screenshot personally on 9652532753. The screenshot that you are sending, online people, anytime if you send Google Pay, GPay, or any transaction screenshot, it should have a transaction reference number. Okay, do not send the high level top screenshot. Go into the transaction of Google Pay history, take the screenshot from there. The transaction ID we need, right, along with the payment details and all. Okay, so that is what you have to do. Finish it today. And fortunately or unfortunately, good or bad, I did not take the technical session today. How do you feel about this? Is it okay, or you feel like we have wasted 1 day? you realized, we realized what we are missing, not only you, okay, including me and everyone else, right? But at least after this realization, we are going to just drive ourselves in a proper, correct track. Don't get deviated from the track for your lifetime, okay? So I will be sending you after you enroll, not maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be sending you that form. In that form, I'm going to ask one question which is optional. I'm going to ask a question to write by yourself. That is, how do you want it to mold your career further? What are the mistakes that you have done in the past? As a result, the impact is there today. Because many people, they come to me personally and tell me, because talking to each individual will take time. That's why I'm going to take it as a draft. Okay, I'll go through it and I'll call you back if it is important. And this is optional. You need not to tell about your personal life to me unless you wish to. Okay, I don't ask any too much personals like your Aadhaar card number and all. Okay. Anyhow, that's about today's session. We'll continue on Monday. 2 days gap is there. What are you going to do these 2 days? Yesterday's document, you just simply don't read it. Remember, anyhow you have to read it. Try to analyze each point. This analysis will take time on initial days, but not going forward. Going forward, it will speed up automatically. Your analysis capability, your brain thinking fast, it will become faster. Okay, so analyze that, understand each and every point. If you want to draw diagrams for some of the things to understand better, you draw your own diagrams and try to analyze it. Okay, so take time for learning. Easily you will get the job whatever that you are expecting, but do not what is that you say, I'm not getting that word. Do not give up. That's what I want to say. Don't give up anytime in between. Try and try and try. Definitely you will be successful for sure. That is not a simple proverb to say. That is a real fact. Okay, you can wind up for today. Same meeting link for Monday also, because as this is same meeting link, you don't postpone the fees payments and all. Try to do it, finish it on time today itself, maximum if it is possible. Okay, the same place, same time, but I request you to be here 9 o'clock. Online resources especially sharp 9 o'clock. 2 minutes before 9 o'clock, everyone should be in the meeting. Okay, thank you so much. You can wind up for